Yo, what's up? What's up? You are here for hot topics. We gotta have good conversation under hot circumstances
Right.
in hot places.
Let's go.
So we're just gonna go around the room. I want everybody to introduce themselves. Just say your name and your handle if you're willing. I am good fruit, good with a T, and I'll pass it on to the next one.
I am Justin Johnson, aka Wealth on Wi-Fi. It's exactly what it sounds like. Let's get it.
Okay, yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm Bombshell 90. Y'all can follow me on Chicago. Get out
On the mic out here. Hey, y'all already know what's going on. It's King Pollo checking in with my friends. Finna spin a bin again. Hey, no, go ahead. Y'all. Go ahead.
Let's go.
It's your girl Yaya Jewel, and I'm here to get into some things tonight,
Some hot topics.
some hot topics with my friends. So y'all stay tuned because we're getting into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
And so, in the spirit of doing it, I feel like let me kick things off. Ask the first question, okay? Hot topics. We starting off strong.
Let me get a cheers first.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Come on, y'all.
Let's do that.
Take it again. Take it again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To hot topics.
Hey, let's get into it.
All right, come on, let's get it going.
So the first question is, should trans people be able to play professional sports?
What? What the fuck? What? The first question?
Yeah, I'm starting off.
The first fucking question?
I want to know what y'all about, bro.
Yeah, Juwanna Man played Juwanna Man in the movie.
Yep.
We accepted it, didn't it? I guess they fucking can, huh?
I feel like not really, only because like genetically, I just feel like men are just built differently than women. So like if you was born a man trying to play sports as a woman, I just feel like that's unfair type shit.
I feel like my mother always told me don't ever fight a man. Like mama always told me you and a man get into it, don't ever think you could buck up on him and go toe to toe with him because men genetically were built stronger than women. So in sports and certain things, even if I'm the best of the best against a man that's the best of the best, no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you saying ball against Shakari Richardson, it's a no. You saying gonna blow her out.
Yeah, come on now.
How she win?
I'll say
No, but I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I feel like you spoke first. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, well, for me personally, first and foremost, I do recognize and acknowledge trans people as trans people. I believe that there are different types of women and trans women are women. There are different types of men and trans men are men. Now, I do believe that I think because we should be inclusive and have an inclusive space, I think that trans people should have their own category of sports so that they can be competitive with people who are comparable to themselves. I understand the argument also like, oh, well, you don't want to go against a man, but I also just understand the trans journey. I understand that depending on where you are, that person also has taken hormones against their natural. So if you were born a man but are expressing yourself as a trans woman, you've been taking a lot of times estrogen. You've been taking things that are breaking down a lot of the strengths that someone with. It's not necessarily a Juwanna Man situation where you got a nigga who running down the street going to work 9 to 5 in a suit and then he just jumping in a dress and swimming against, and you know what? So I do feel like they should be acknowledged and have a space to compete, but I think that it would be safe and even maybe just a little easier for everyone if they also just have just like we have not to be comparable, not that this is comparable at all, but just like we have like Special Olympics and things like that. Like I would love to watch a category of I would love to watch some trans women box and
I would watch that shit.
and I feel like also too, just from the marketing side of it, whether people like to acknowledge it or not, there is a market where people love and adore the trans community, whether they hide in secret or in public. So I do feel like there's a market for people to enjoy and consume that type of content. And I think that people support, or even if they secretly or whatever, I just feel like there's enough diaspora for them to be able to monetize and get money and also be recognized and then not have to argue their titles.
But you know what? But you know what? And I agree with what she says. So with the period and on that point, my whole thing is in the event that that's what y'all want to do, make it a category for your own self and don't force it on the children who are just children and they're not even old enough to make their own decisions. They don't know how to go with discernment because they're just children. So all that having trans women in the preschools and reading them books and all that, just don't put it in their face. Because if I was a child, you already have so much imagination.
That's a totally different conversation.
That is a different conversation. Because I feel like representation matters.
But
Hold on, let me finish. So I feel like representation matters. At the same time, I think there should be safe spaces for everybody to just be themselves. Period. So on that vein, let me finish though. So on that vein, and I agree with what you said. Also, I should have started there. I wish we had a handshake. I wish we had a handshake just so I could dap you up on that. But listen, so I feel like what that looks like though is maybe there's like a anybody league, and anybody can get it in this league. And maybe
you want to go to talk to
how you identify. You can identify as a MacBook, my nigga. Hey, you can fight niggas here. You can play ball here. You know what I'm saying? Like a safe space. I believe in safe spaces, but sometimes micro niches might not have the funding to make shit happen. Because sometimes access to resources is the red tape for smaller or underrepresented groups of people to come together and do some big shit.
And it's not like we're making it for them. So they're like, well, can we compete with you guys? We're not saying here's a category for you to compete. So they're just trying to figure out where they get in. But on that conversation, I just feel like he was saying, like, exposure matters. Just for the simple fact that, like, I identify as queer. And I'm just like, and if you have someone, like, just say, like, let's say your kid meets my kid at kindergarten and they decide to do a play date. If my partner is trans, I don't want them to feel traumatized by meeting that type of person for the first time. I think it would be helpful and healthy for my family, for my kid who's bringing your kid over, and for your kid to just be aware that people like this exist. I think that's all exposure is. People like this exist. Whether you want to be a part of that community, you don't have to be. Just like I know Mormon people exist. Do I want to run off in the woods and not have no electricity and not have no phones and stuff? No, but I know that lifestyle exists. I know about other lifestyles. So I'm like, what is the problem with kids just being aware of a more lifestyle?
Okay, I feel like that leads into the next topic. I don't want to carry on too much on this
topic. Can I finish what I'm saying though?
I can, but I'm just want to move the conversation.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying that particularly keeping children from awareness and just information that just exists, period. Trans people and gay people exist, period. It creates a dangerous environment for those people because then you're meeting people who are unfamiliar with who you are, what you stand for, and then when I take them for
hate you.
Yes, but if your kid is just familiar, they're like, oh, you're not like my parents, and maybe I don't want to be like that. But I know people like you exist. They're not going to be violent towards my kid because now they found out that you got a trans parent or whatever. It's just exposure just makes it a safer environment for everyone.
Yeah, they do deserve the space.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying like now y'all gotta go to drag show. But I said
they deserve their own whoop. But when I send my baby to motherfucking preschool, kindergarten, first grade,
it's okay to know.
They don't have transgender. Don't do that. So now I'm working employed.
Listen. We're gonna do another one, bro. Like I said, next question. I don't know if it's right. It's right alongside this shit. Okay, so have y'all seen what Boosie spoke out about his daughter Poison Ivy, who is gay, and she's a grown woman, but she does not let her bring her partners around the rest of the family. You know, Boosie got hella kids and shit.
Yeah.
You know, but he said. So I don't want to misquote the man. I'm gonna play we're probably gonna pop the clip right here.
The children. Two red balls kissing the backseat. Hold on. A healthy relationship reflecting what the fuck you were talking about is the poison.
Yeah, true. But look,
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Tag Boosie right now, but he didn't see that shit.
I got to we just making this shit in music though. You see what I'm saying?
Just too close.
You just hear this shit when I play it. You just hear this shit when you play it or whatever the fuck.
Don't rap about shit you ain't about.
No, but you don't see it in your face.
That's the basis of what.
You don't.
Y'all got a B-roll camera?
It's cool.
Yeah,
You don't see it.
Can you?
Hold on, bro. You don't see this shit in your face. You feel me? Like I can talk about the I can talk about the streets. I can talk about a lot of shit. Just because I'm rapping about this shit, I'm rapping about it because I did it. You feel me? I'm not rapping about it so you can go do what the fuck I did. You see what I'm saying? You got to do something different. And just because I did rap about 2 red bones in the backseat, that don't mean I'm bringing 2 red bones to my crib or my.
But you're definitely bringing problems. No, he definitely already said to introduce him into the world. That's like shit like that. So I'm just saying, like, oh, okay, I'm here. You like, I don't want to condone shit like that. But Boosie was the same nigga who hired a prostitute to fuck his underage son to break his virginity. So morality,
But this what it is.
like, come on,
No, this what it is.
but not your kid. Not you breaking the law to literally facilitate your child.
No, but this what it is. This what it is.
That's how you draw the line.
That's right, Mom.
No,
That's right.
yeah, but this what it is.
Yeah, but my sister, my friend.
Now you haven't said shit.
I'm gonna let her get her, but I want.
Come on, y'all.
Just because he rapping this shit in the music and all that shit, that don't mean they gotta go about it. You feel me? At the end of the day, he the father.
Okay.
He the father. So whatever the fuck I say in this crib, it's gonna go wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if I don't want my
Well, I
kids
feel
to go
like-
down that road,
I feel like love is
So,
love, and if my child decides she wants to be with girls, I'm gonna support my child. And if I feel like Boosie is just bringing negative attention to his daughter, and
Yes. She wouldn't even be in the news. She wouldn't even be in conversation.
And to me, so I saw Poison Ivy's video, and Poison Ivy said, "Bruh, this man don't even talk to me about that shit. If I bring up my girlfriend, he don't even talk to me about that shit. But so you won't have a conversation with me about the shit,
But you'll talk
about that shit on the internet.
internet.
That shit is weird, bro.
It ain't-
That shit is weird.
It's like you using what's going on in your house for clout.
But
You don't talk about.
But let's say on a more basic tip, let's talk about on some on just family relations. How hurtful is it that you literally can stand for and brand yourself as one thing, but literally when it's in your house, that's enough for us to not have a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
That's literally like your mama being like, let's say you a young Miami ass bitch and you rapping about being with drug dealers, doing all this, and then the second that I'm emulating the life that you glorified, that's enough for you to disown me. That's a lot. Disown me, nigga.
Yeah.
Like disown me in a way that so I mean, even if you do talk to me and I'm allowed to come over, if I'm not allowed to bring my partner over, that means I'm not allowed to build my life with you. Because if I have a life partner and I have kids and I continue to build, you want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
That means that you only want to know that all you building, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Me and my wife buy a house. You don't want to hear about it. Me and my wife doing this. You don't want. Imagine you as a person when you marry. How much of that person is going to encompass how you're navigating and moving through the world.
Okay.
If I cannot conversate with you about my life partner, my wife, my husband, you literally are saying you don't want to know about me,
what if she?
and you don't want to know about my
What-
kids.
what if-
And you don't.
What she saying?
What if she can and he just don't want certain shit going on around the other kids?
For you
And he's
to.
not respecting
But
it.
there's ways.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
Like, don't come around the other kids like being open, like, yeah, we gay this.
But you don't have to be open.
No,
Like kids, there's ways to be around your kids and not expose.
I'm gonna say, oh, that's my little friend.
Yeah, you don't have to expose it. Like if my child is tongue kissing in front of my young ass child, that's a problem.
But I wouldn't want my child doing that either. I don't want you tongue kissing in front of my baby. Yeah.
Your kids gonna see it regardless.
So it's not the point.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
she should be exposed to these kids.
But that's for a man and woman too, though. You
You shouldn't be slapping your ass in my kitchen for my kids.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids, like, if you got your boyfriend over Thanksgiving, it's just respectability. It's not the gay shit.
I ain't gonna. I'ma slap
It's just
that ass.
respect. You're not in front of my daddy.
In front of your daddy?
Yes. You ain't never did that in front of my daddy.
Wait till we married.
Okay, that's
We
different.
still ain't gonna slap
But
that.
that's still a bit much.
That's not. I'm gonna wait till he get there and then be like, all right, now it's time. That's how I do. That's what I do in regular life. We wild.
They man daddy in front of the daddy. Like that's crazy for me.
I know your daddy in front of me. It's crazy.
Hey, all right,
Okay, hold on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Last thoughts. Go ahead, get it out. But we finna move on
Let's
now.
talk about the day shit. We gonna talk about let's talk about Rich Homie, bro. Let's talk about
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in
Homie,
peace.
rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Atlanta legend, like we
Yeah.
miss you so much. Like it's so crazy how People say, oh, it's fucked up that a motherfucker listen to people and big them up when they die. But it's like sometimes, that's true. You don't appreciate a person or even an artist until they gone. So now it's songs from Rich Homie I never heard. I'm like, oh, this that one.
It be so bad when you like send your condolences to somebody that passed away. It's like, damn, I can't just say like without me like, oh, you just fuck with them after they passed away. No, I'm sad that they passed away, and I'm gonna send my condolences on the internet. But people be like, "Oh, you only fuck with them because they passed away." It's not even that. Like, damn, I had heard your situation, and that shit's sad as hell. And I'm gonna send my condolences. And I hear about some fucked up shit about. Yeah.
That nigga had a hell of an impact, though, bro.
He did.
Like a hell of an impact.
Let's talk about
a different sound, a different way. Personally, I feel like he would have been good if he ain't started fucking with Thug and shit. I know.
Y'all think he
Like, if he ain't started fucking with Birdman and them,
y'all think Thug had nothing as soon as he was about to start? That's what I heard. Real conviction. I heard that, but I don't know.
I ain't heard what you heard.
I heard that because he was supposed to take the stand.
And he was talking about how he was sober. He wasn't doing nothing. Apparently, he wasn't on no drugs.
Okay.
Apparently, like I mean, we don't know that. But
The recent interviews I seen,
if we're talking about a RICO trial, you cannot excuse that there might be other elements. Nigga, a whole RICO trial literally means that you don't have to be present for some shit to go down. You're so powerful that shit goes down when you're not present. That's what a RICO trial is.
Hey,
so it is not far-fetched to think
we're gonna get on that some more.
that like once somebody who is connected with you, who you was like low-key calling like boyfriends. Who like, oh, I'm not on that. I'm trying to be sober. I'm trying to whatever. Trying to turn a different leaf. And if you look at how Young Thug's crew has been so diehard on this
Free Young
thing,
Thug, free Jeffrey.
they on they stand not telling them nothing. It's kind of beautiful how poetic them niggas is up there holding their motherfucking peace and pleading the fifth. But I'm just saying, you have to consider. You have to consider.
That's what we said.
Like when they say art imitates life, that power shit. All that shit ain't far fetched. And you got to you can't just be like, oh no. I'm just saying, I ain't saying, I'm just
Okay, so
just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
I want to know what's the craziest conspiracy theory y'all have heard?
Crazy one.
Ooh, that I've heard right now.
Oh, is it that
You don't gotta believe it, but the craziest one you've heard. Yeah. I want everybody's shit.
Who want to
Who wants
I can go first. I don't mind.
go ahead, baby.
So one of the craziest conspiracy theories that I've heard.
That's a big fucking.
I was in Uber in Atlanta, and the driver was one of them Grand Rising ass niggas.
I know the time.
And he was like, he said, white people are the real aliens. He said, black people are the only real humans, which is why our hair grows towards the sun, which is why we benefit from nutrients. He said, everyone else, they don't even have real hair. He said, white people, it's not real hair. He said, that's fur. He said, that's why they smell like wet dogs when they get wet, because it's not real hair. He was like, you want to know why aliens only abduct white people? Because they taking their own back. He was like, they ain't the real aliens. He was like, and that's why they're so obsessed with taking over and conquering the earth. Because they're the foreigners. They're the aliens. They're not the ones who were here.
That shit crazy.
They literally rape and pillage, like, to get land.
That is where that shit came from.
That shit
Literally.
The story, if y'all research the story of Yakub and talk about that
and
shit.
then too, like, I hear a lot about how white people have been able to colonize with guns and things, right? They were like the first people to have guns. But where the fuck did the guns come from? What if the guns came from space? What if that's like space technology and that's how white people even got the guns to start slavery? Because where the fuck did niggas no technology? Y'all was Iceman.
They got it from something.
Y'all was Iceman.
Caveman, and then y'all got guns and took over all.
It took y'all 2 million years to figure out how to make a wheel. Niggas had to come out. It took y'all 2 million years to figure out. That's not a fact though. I'm just, to figure out how to make a wheel. But like niggas, y'all, every time it's been documented that y'all have met people of color, they have taught you something. Whether it's how to clean yourselves, how to feed yourselves, how to plant, how to build, how to garden, how to take care of your children. But I'm like, but how is it that they didn't have those basic life skills, but they had guns? They made guns. What else? They came from the aliens. What if they're aliens and the guns came from space?
That type of right there go real deep. We're gonna touch on that.
We supposed to talk about
Now is the time. We can always circle back to some shit.
That shit goes deep.
I like that. We got that.
I got you.
All right, cool. So next conspiracy theory. Who got the next one? Are we doing that order? What we
I didn't
doing?
know you get one too good. They don't want to talk about
Yeah.
No, nigga, I'm just saying we mentioned
I say Tupac did.
Tupac is
Yes.
dead.
Yeah,
He's dead.
that's
Is that a
I don't
conspiracy?
think that's
Yeah,
much
that's
of
completely. Yeah, that
people
is
do think
conspiracy.
he's still alive, just like they think
So people
Elvis is
think
still alive.
so people think
I think he
Tupac is
alive.
dead. You think he alive?
I think he alive like a motherfucker.
I think he alive too.
You think Tupac is?
Yeah.
I
He's
think Tupac
alive
is
in one of
alive.
the underground, in one of the underground caves.
Nah, that man is gone. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
We got the conversation.
For what?
The conversation.
You talking about the other
Niggas don't talk in the comments.
No,
Niggas ain't
all
got
I did
important
was
shit to
ask the
say.
question.
No, you told the you said a lot.
we gon' go crazy
Okay,
on that
fine,
one.
whatever.
No. We gonna go crazy on that. People I told you earlier, we be on the same type of shit. It's gonna take a whole little whoop. Oh, bro.
Oh, it's a little cold.
Relax.
Everybody go.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
but-
want to take me a shot? That's what I heard.
Everybody take a shot. Take a shot. Take a
I
shot.
heard nothing else. Let's take a
Let's
shot.
take a shot. Let's take a shot. Let's take a shot, y'all.
Ooh,
Pass me.
What's the rest of the
it's
question?
cold.
I got another question in my head, but I want to hear everybody else's conspiracy. You say you feel like Tupac is alive. What do you feel like? What do you feel like? What I feel like?
Now that since all this stuff been coming out about Diddy, I honestly might feel not Diddy. Well, yeah, Diddy too. But yeah, I don't know about that Aaliyah in that plane. Y'all know they saying that yeah, that they like purposely made her plane overweight so it could crash.
Yeah.
So I think she's dead
I
for
heard that.
real. I think they got dead. They got a lot of shit like
No one's saying Aaliyah's alive. I don't think that part is a
I think
conspiracy.
they've been whacking people off.
Yeah.
That's why I believe Tupac is dead.
So when we was growing up, I always thought that Aaliyah died before the plane crashed. They said that she had a heart problem and she died before the plane crashed. Yeah, so I feel
No, it's a
like-
high. It's a high.
We gotta get on them topics on another episode, brother.
No, we talking about that shit right now. No, this is the episode. You ain't talking about. We gonna talk about that next time. Boy, say what you feel.
Okay, before we go home, though, I don't know.
It will.
You don't
Like, I
know.
know what it feels like
every day.
That's my shit situation.
Every day.
That's just crazy.
So it's all of this stuff that's
Get in
going
the
on.
gap, though. Get in the gap.
That's how we don't like.
So it's all of this stuff that's going on right now about timing. Do y'all think the world is just more listening than ever before? So now it's like let's say the right stories. Are we missing and hearing the wrong things, or are we hearing exactly what we need to hear to be what's up
I think
next?
it's
I also agree.
What's up next, y'all?
I think it's people still not listening to what they need to be listening to. And
Put it from your mouth a little bit.
Get your ass
and Cat Williams said, bro, when he went on Club,
You're right, though.
a lot of truth finna come out, a lot of shit finna get exposed, a lot of
Yeah.
this, but what are
Shit
we?
that we never
They
did.
always try to attract us.
All that, but
I agree.
my conclusion of it all, I feel like, what are we gonna do as a fucking race? What are we gonna do as a people to change everything that's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't change
All
it,
the way around.
if we don't change
All
it,
the way around.
It's the door. You can
Make
feel
sure your
it.
mic off too.
You can
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Well, yeah, you're not picking up what they picking up.
but I feel like what are we gonna do as a people to change that? You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people ain't looking into that. A lot of truths are coming
Somebody
out.
mentioned black X.
Well, I will.
Somebody mentioned black X.
Well, I would say for me personally, I feel like it's both. I'll wait till y'all put my
No, I'm trying to show her the bathroom, man.
I feel
Hold on, brief commercial break. Okay, she made it safe.
Okay. I totally agree. I feel like it's both. I feel
Yeah.
like what's been going on has been going on. If you look back in the 60s, the 70s, and all that, you still find niggas who been kidnapping kids, putting them in basements, all kind of shit been going on. Do you know back in the 70s, they literally used to have motherfucking commercials to remind parents to check on their kids and know where the fuck their kids was at?
Listen, kids
Niggas
was on milk
wildin'.
money.
Yeah.
Every
niggas was not
gallon of milk
responsible.
you bought, it
So
was a
I'm
missing
just-
kid on that
I
bitch.
just feel like now it's different because like the internet just changed everything.
Right, I feel
Everybody's
like-
getting caught up with their actions
Well,
now.
Now we can
And,
Amber Alert.
Yes, I feel like things. The only difference is there's more exposure to what's happening.
yeah.
So I feel like the KKK has been working, but how much in the history? But how much do we not know about? Because we don't know every secret.
It's on
Every
Mr.
secret's
Learn.
not in the history book. Everything hasn't been written of their actual history.
It's on
So
Mr.
I
Learn,
just
though.
think that we're getting more exposure, but these things have existed,
Yeah,
So let's talk
and we're
about.
just getting access to more information.
So I don't got a mic in my hand. Somebody repeat that.
We're down though. Get in the gap.
So you on the camera, yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Like I heard some good thoughts. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if we are having the airwaves or the airwaves open up for all this information, what are we picking up? And are we building it to build the next best thing. It's not your life.
Oh, I love to answer that. I'll say personally, as someone who just got engaged to a strong black man who is prevalent in our community and defends black women, and that I'm proud to be a part of. And I feel like we're creating new headway. I've literally had older women tell me that what I dream of and what I literally have attained, hence the ring, does not exist. I literally had them tell me there's not a such thing as a man who's a high earner who's a good parent. I've had them tell me there's no such thing as a man who who is going to be all the things, who's going to be attentive to you, but also knows how to be masculine and defend you. Like, I literally, when you talk about the best of all worlds, present and accounted for. So I do feel like we're forging new relationships, new lifestyles, new everything. And I say that in simple instances like, okay, like I'm queer and I'm getting married into a heterosexual relationship. But that also means that I require a man who doesn't have toxic masculinity. Because obviously I don't have the same ideas and constructs about feminine and male energy.
Yeah, his ass.
When my fiance got his toes painted and my daddy saw it, he was like, he sent a picture. Did you know Justin got his toes painted? I said, look, I'm in the picture with him. I'm like, you thought? Yeah. Absolutely, I did that. And I actually thought that about them. He literally has had I've seen him before. We've argued about a floral shirt, a flowy ass floral shirt. He was gonna wear to brunch once. I was like, the shirt is ugly. It was a women's shirt. My little sister had the same shirt a long time ago. I was like, man, that shirt ugly as hell. It's not gonna rock. He's like, all right, we're gonna see. We go outside. When I tell you, every bitch that passed, I love your shirt. Pink floral prints on them. I love your shirt. But also, that was very sexy to me that he was so comfortable. And he loves women's fabrics because they're softer. They we share jewelry. If I see something flying, I think he'll want to wear it. I buy it in the bigger size. So I think that we're just building different things that we've never seen before because of the access that we have to more information.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, I didn't say my conspiracy yet. I want to say mine, and I want to hear y'all's. All right. So,
Can I hear me?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do I have to?
Did you press record? Are you recording?
It's on red light now. Yeah.
All right, cool. You want to go first, or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
My conspiracy is that, and I'm sorry, y'all. Just so y'all know, everything about me, unfortunately, is gonna be kind of about spirituality and God and stuff like that.
Okay.
So my conspiracy is that Jesus Christ is a white man.
Okay. Yeah.
To me, I believe that he is a black man. I don't believe that he is that image.
Girl, I was scared for a minute.
The first half of what you just said, I was like, Jesus Christ was a white man.
Girl, you don't know how I was scared for your womb. Like her children. Oh my gosh.
You know what? You know it's so crazy. It's so crazy how it's a joke and it's funny right now. And it is. Let's all laugh. But when we get back to it, we have to understand that we have been conditioned and groomed and programmed to believe that this person with these blue eyes and blonde hair was that God-like being that we worship and that we serve. So so crazy. If you Google, not even Google, I don't even know, don't even listen to me. But if you look up the word black, it means void, nothing. It's a bad word. We're not black.
No, that's
people.
the definition of white. Black is encompassing of everything. It's literally everything.
Nah.
White is void.
Yeah.
Where you was
So
no, for real.
if you the black, so again, the Google the definition in Webster of the words black and white, the word white is pure, all these good.
You think of a black cat, you think of black.
This is like danger, right? It's demure. Black is very ghetto, very hard, it's no, right? They tell us we black, we not black. That's the first thing, right? Yeah. So then, after that, what's if I'm not black? So what the fuck am I? How am I?
It get deep, G.
It gets deep. That's how white people, I feel like they wanted us to think that way. It's even other things that I had seen this thing on TikTok. It was about like some Hawaiian shit, like how like the white people just took over Hawaii and put in their schools that they had to learn that like this was always white people shit. But really, the Hawaiians was there from the beginning, and I just feel like they just try to program our minds to think like this was some white man.
Right.
Shit.
So
They literally put images from the civil rights, which was in the 60s. They purposely put them in the textbooks in black and white.
Y'all gonna get interested every time y'all watch
Those
this shit.
pictures are actually in full color, but they put it in black and white to market it as a long ass time ago. But those pictures are definitely in full color, and you can find them online.
right. And my whole thing is like, again, conspiracy theory or conspiracies y'all asked, so I'm bringing it up, which is the reason why we even talking about this. So I'm not trying to like force what I believe on nobody or whatever. Woo, woo, woo.
No, you sharing your.
But what I
Yeah,
but
but
what I will say is that in the event that we weren't as powerful as we are, y'all wouldn't give a fuck to come in and
Or you take it.
indoctrinate our doctrine to our youth or just even us as a people, right?
You said they
What are y'all afraid of?
What?
Why we're afraid? In the event that in the event y'all wasn't afraid, y'all afraid in the event that we learn who we are, we will grow into our power and you know what I'm saying?
A lot of me feels like the whole reason they came is because we are so brilliant and so in touch with literally nature, society, everything. Our land has been so rich. It's not on accident that Africa has oil and gold. So they're gonna come over because we are and then black women are there. We're gonna produce good shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna nurture.
But listen,
Yeah,
even our power in Christ, though, even the power we have in Christ, we don't necessarily tap completely fully into
For sure.
because we go through certain things. People are like, oh, blah. But like in the event that we knew how close man, it's so deep.
Yeah.
We are spiritual beings having a human experience.
What's tomorrow?
We were spirits first.
What's tomorrow?
So
What day is it?
Tomorrow will deal with itself. I don't know.
Y'all want to talk religion and shit tomorrow?
We don't talk about religion right now. We're not talking religion right now.
We're not.
You want to stop
Let me
every
say-
conversation
let
in
me
the damn podcast.
I want to say my conspiracy.
We can't give it everything to say.
So
There's gotta be more.
for all I know, it's after 12. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about this shit anytime, all the time, right now. So listen. So this is probably some high shit I'm gonna say on my conspiracy, but since we up here, I'm gonna say it. Okay. So one of the craziest conspiracies I've heard is regarding religion, and it's
God don't exist.
no, it's not that God don't exist. But what if God is water?
Oh,
I'm not gonna.
Let me cook. Bruce Lee said you gotta be. Let me cook. You got the Father. Bruce Lee said, "Come on now. Now listen. You got the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? You got running water, ice, and steam,
Word?
right?
I love it.
You got the fact that water is literally around us
And in
and in us.
when they say God
You
is
got that.
in him,
You got that. But you
What they gonna do with 3 seconds?
let me finish. You got the word was Philip. Come on. Come on. You got the fact that water is life. Everything that's living, water.
requires.
But what does it look like when there is the absence of water? It looks like dryness. It looks like fire. It looks like hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Water
Yeah.
is free.
Without water.
Yeah.
But
Water
ferocious
flows.
at the same time.
Water can be ferocious.
Yeah.
Water can be
It can be
destructive.
gentle,
But it can be
kill
gentle.
you.
But it can kill you.
Mind
But it can
free,
also
all of
keep
that.
you alive.
But fire don't have that same kind of control of the place.
distort light and
Yeah.
All it does,
Come on now.
and all it does is spread.
It can change the day to night.
Come on. So
I'm grown. I'm 29.
so
I've been there and did all that shit.
so that's the theory. What if God in the Bible is like water, bro?
You gotta be the water.
Water.
No, I want to see how you talking about it.
So I'm gonna throw it out there. What y'all think about it?
My whole thing is
No, I want to talk to the most high people in this room. You feel me?
so
It's
If you want to talk, you gotta get on.
so
Watch this.
Okay, go ahead.
Watch this. Watch this. To the most high in the room, all y'all sitting there. I'm just gonna say this. When you light something, right, and it turn to smoke. When you turn water to steam,
It precipitates. It still goes back to water.
I want y'all to just talk about that. Is smoke worse than steam? Or are they the same?
It's smoke. What's this
Well,
thing?
I feel like smoke is worse than steam, though.
It is,
But
because
steam-
smoke contaminates. Steam can clear.
Yeah.
You can use steam to clear your
Steam
pores.
clears your body.
Yes, it literally helps you.
Smoke a turkey, smoke a chicken, smoke
Yeah.
it in. You use smoke for other things. That's
Yeah.
flavor.
Just like body, just like negative things can be helpful to you. Like you being a smart ass, or you being contentious, or you being on edge, can all be things that are additive to you, but they are still things that, if not controlled, could be negative. But I feel like steam and water, its movement is always
I feel
going
like
to be
steam and
helpful.
water go
Whereas
together.
like smoke has to be contained and monitored to be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Like it's probably kind of like sage smoke.
I
It's gonna be contained and monitored. Where steam can, we can smoke a blunt in a hotel, steam that bitch out, and not get and not even get a choke.
Slow down. And
It's
get
gonna
this.
purify the air.
Slow down and get this. Hey, I'm new to y'all guys' show. I've been hearing what y'all guys been saying, and I relate with y'all. And I just want to ask y'all a question. Whenever I think of smoke, I think of killing somebody. Can y'all help me get some steam in my life? You know what I mean? Come on, talk about it. Y'all want to
No, because
Y'all wanna talk about.
You said she said no.
because you said when you hear smoke, you think of killing somebody. So my thing is, if in the event that when you hear the word smoke, you think of killing somebody, if that's all that takes is for you to hear the word smoke and you want to kill
Well, I feel
somebody,
like they got
then
something
maybe killing somebody is what you woke up feeling the need to do. And the question is, why do you feel the need to kill somebody?
Get that nigga
But
on
I
my.
feel like the whole smoke thing. I feel like that got something to do with music. Like to me,
What
when you read, like the first thing I think about when somebody say like smoke and kill. My first mind goes to Who Won't Smoke With Me. That song,
Yeah.
So like I feel like if music has done something to like our people in a negative way, and even though I love that shit, anytime I get in the car, I'm listening to some real drill
No,
ass.
it's a moment. No, it's a
Yeah,
vibe.
like everybody who
He heard, bro.
know what the fuck we're listening to. But you do some shit to us. Like, and some people really live by that shit. I don't live by that shit, so I can vibe and just be like, okay, it's like a movie to me. But like some niggas really live by the music that they listen to, and that's just like I feel like it fucks us up.
That's
Yeah.
what I do. I gang bang for the.
But it's like a video game and a movie. Like for me, when I watch movies and shit, I'm not really
Open
gonna
the ears. I'm
go.
talking about the right shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go just because I just watched a movie and just seeing everybody do all this weird killing that shit. I'm not gonna go do that shit in real life. But people in music do that shit, like, and they be young. I'm talking about 15, 16-year-old
Well,
niggas
David.
listening to this shit, and they really think that's their life. Like, I don't know, like it'd be weird
Yeah.
shit.
I feel that, but
But I love the music. I'm not. I'm sorry.
I-
I'm like 50-50 with the
I
shit.
feel like
But like,
this what I'm doing. This what I'm doing. This what I'm doing. I feel like I like this. This is smooth. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to wrap it up. I don't know how long we've been recording, or if I'm still recording. But we need to sit down again. We need to have more conversations and discuss more topics. You know what I'm saying? Have different segments where you know what I'm saying, where people wanna, you know what I'm saying?
I
Where,
need you to listen.
We have not even hit an hour yet.
No, that's cool. We're gonna wrap it up.
that's what we're gonna wrap it up though. Cause
I'm like, cause you gonna cut this down.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. He's on point.
yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, because we ain't gonna give them too much. I like what you talking about. 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 I like what you brought.
Yeah.
I don't even know this man, but he was a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? No, for real though.
You know what? Let me say one thing. Let me say one thing.
You can go to mic. You don't need that one.
Let me say one thing that might turn into a couple of things.
What?
And what I want to say is, you know, just the fact that all of us were able to come together.
Hold on.
Listen, the fact that all of us were able to come together, not knowing what we feel about certain topics.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it be certain topics that could be. Listen, it be certain topics that be the reason why I was like, no, I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
We didn't know what the fuck that was.
Right.
We didn't shoulder to shoulder with you. You shoulder. We all shoulder to shoulder. We chilling. We vibed out, drinking, shots. I'm in your house. My toes on your fucking floor. All that. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing, right? Now, when we get into certain conversations, oh, are you Trump? Are you Kamala?
Yeah,
Are you?
that's what I'm gonna do. That's
Whatever
what I'm gonna do.
it is, now.
Like, now see you in the frame. Sit back down.
Listen.
Say what you gotta say.
Whatever it is, now we decide to differentiate
Yeah, so this is
and disintegrate. Okay, now I don't really, but I overheard you say woo woo.
this what I'm
The
saying.
thing is it was beautiful how we were all able to come
Right.
together in the not knowing.
Right.
This is our first time meeting collectively
Right.
as a group.
I love them.
Look, so this is what I'm gonna do for everybody.
I love them.
That's what we all gonna do as a collective. You feel me? On for real. So on future episodes, you know what I'm saying? Like we have episodes where we discussing this type of shit. On this episode, we're discussing this type of shit because I want everybody to voice their own opinion. And one thing we always gonna do amongst everybody, bro, we gonna respect the flow. Whoever got the flow, we gonna let them get whatever they got to get out. You know what I'm saying? Say what they got to say, and we're gonna make sure we stick to all topics and you know give away what they want to hear. So for that, let's take a shot or something.
Let's take a
I've been
shot.
taking a shot
I like
like
that.
this.
Let's take another shot. Let's take another shot to end the episode.
Hey, come on. Let's take a shot real quick. Pop perk. Pop perk right there.
I don't want no perk.
You don't do work.
You don't do no perk?
Who asked about a person with Lil Gotti on the interview?
You don't do perk? Pop perk.
You know,
That's me, pop perk right here. All right, so here you go. Here's to you, here's to me. If we ever disagree, then fuck you. What'd you say? I'm sorry. Okay, here's to you, here's to you. My bad. Here's to you, here's to me. Best friends will ever be. And if we ever disagree, then fuck you, here's to me. Let's go. Conversation. Hot topics.
Okay. That was
Hey. I just let's rap about this shit.
You want
Give me
take
frustration.
the